What's up, all you action figure lovers out there? Master Marvel's back at it once again, and welcome back to part 2 of Master Marvel's top 20 action figures of 2020. And we've already done this, is like I said, the second part. We've already done the first half, which was the 4 honorable mentions, and from 20 down to 11. So, kicking it off, we're going to get right down to it. Again, these are the top 20 best figures of the year, with, just from all random different, toy lines of the year. So, getting down to it, at number 10, I have the McFarlane Superman. Yeah, because, let's face it, man. This is still, even though the infected Superman, as badass as it was, the NECA Superman, as cool as it was, this is still one of our best Superman figures that we've ever gotten. As far as something from retail that's not import, even import stuff, there's still not a lot of great stuff out there. This is really good right here. One of McFarlane's first releases of his DC Multiverse line, and he nailed it. He did. This is a great Superman. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, and even though he's produced so much more really awesome stuff since then, this figure can't be forgotten. The flight stands are to be desirable, I guess, for figures like this, but at least we got one, so I'm happy about that. Alright, so at number 9, wow, at number 9, this is such a great figure right here, and it's also surprising, but it's in my top 10, so I guess that's not bad, but it's just where he's located. This is such a great figure right here. This is from NECA. They knocked it out of the park, and if I had already gotten Token and Razar, they'd definitely be on this list somewhere too. But you've got the Super Shredder here. This guy is just ridiculous. And it's what NECA can do is what blows my mind. This is such a good representation of a character that we don't even see much of on the screen. But, for them to translate it into action figure form, just look at the highlights on there. Look at the way he looks. This guy is ridiculous. So, unfortunately, though, he is only in number 9 on my list. Let's see who's next. Here's a surprise. At number 8, I guess. At number 8, yeah. It has to go to the G.I. Joe Classifieds Cobra Trooper. For a lot of reasons. For one, it's a really well done figure. It really is. He's loaded with accessories. It can hold all of his accessories. He was highly sought after, sold out constantly. This thing, pretty spectacular. And granted, this is just a trooper, but just for what they gave us here, all original sculpts. This thing's badass. And I know there's a lot of other characters, like even the Baroness, maybe could have made it on my list, but there's just something about this. I love it. So, yeah, he had to be in my top 10. So at number 8, there's the Cobra Trooper. People are like, dude, is this guy crazy? Somebody else could have been in that spot. Alright. So, my next one is actually another 2-part one, because I feel like I can't do one without the other. And since they both would be in my list right here, I just figured I'd do them both at the same time. So what we have here is from NECA again, we have the movie Casey Jones. Come on, stand, dude. movie Casey Jones and the animated Casey Jones. Yes. Because both of these figures in their own rights are spectacular. Yeah, being a favorite character of mine from the Ninja Turtles and a lot of other people's. And I liked them in both forms, cartoon, action figure form, movie. So here NECA just gave us everything that we wanted in a Casey Jones figure right here. And no disappointment at all. So, yeah, I guess he made it to number 7 on my list. Yeah. So just remember that, though. They both count as number 7. Number 6. Number 6 I have to give to Marvel Legends. We're coming back around to Marvel Legends, and we have the movie Venom figure. This guy was what everybody wanted, and it was more than what we expected. So this thing is super badass. Great sculpt on it. Love the stature. Love the likeness. And just what you could do with this body if you had one, an extra one to paint up and make a more classic version of Venom. It works. He's tall. Great articulation on him. So yeah, he just had to be in this top 10 of the 20 Venom. Okay, so next. Wow. You know what? I'm going to move this Casey Jones up here for now. Move him over. There we go. Alright, yeah, next is going to be a super badass figure that really would probably be in a lot of people's number ones. Would be in my number one if so many other cool figures didn't come out this year. This thing is spectacular. We really needed something like this, and it's about time to see him again. And you can do all the Kickstarters you want. You knocked it out of the park with this one right here. We have the MK11 Spawn figure by McFarlane Toys. This thing is badass. It's a very superior toy. I mean, the thing looks great. He's got pretty good articulation on him. Good looking paint jobs. And it was just kind of a bummer that you had to get 3 of these just to get 3 different weapons. So that was the only downfall. And some people don't care for the cape. A lot of customizations on the cape. But as far as the figure itself goes, he's usually left alone because it's pretty well perfect. So, hell yeah, McFarlane. McFarlane kicking ass this year. So, that at number 4. Number 4, wow. Can't believe it. But this is just one of those figures too, man, that deserves. He's in number 1 in a lot of people's books. We've got the retro SpiderMan from Marvel Legends right here. Very classic looking. Very posable. Just great figure in general. The only thing this thing was missing to be perfect really was some wall crawling hands and maybe some more accessories like web slinging, stuff like that. But otherwise, just super spectacular. Great figure to have in your collection. So, man, at number 4 though, that was. So, at number 3, which is weird because I think in my Marvel Legends, the Spider-Man actually was number 1, so it beat this one out. But this is still a Marvel Legends. But I have to rank him higher in the overalls. I just do. Even though it don't make much sense. But this was a well-received figure, highly anticipated figure, and well-executed. It was just a treat right here. So, another Marvel Legends here that we have, the movie Deadpool. Yeah, this guy was so awesome. He's still really awesome. Everyone's glad that we got it. And the only thing that people really complained about was the guns and being stuck in the holster, but that's fixable. And yeah, it's just damn, you can't complain. This thing is awesome. It really is. Which is, brings us to our number 2 figure, which really was struggling for number 1 also. A lot of these were. But I mean, this, you just gotta go with it. But I don't understand. And how this one still doesn't make number 1 still blows my mind. But in all fairness, it is what it is. Number 2 goes to the Star Wars Black Series, The Mandalorian. Grant, and this was the second release where he was in the Beskar armor, not the removable helmet. I love everything about this. The stature, the weapons. I mean, shit. This is such a great figure right here. I love this thing. I haven't stopped playing with it since I've had it. One way or the other, this guy always shows up at my bedside, somewhere, desktop. He's always nearby. So, man, I love that figure. But the number 1 figure of the year, I think for me, for a lot of people, this thing just really just was so satisfying, still is. The articulation on it's ridiculous. The sculpt's awesome. I mean, it just, there's nostalgia, there's new here, there's just fucking G.I. Joe classifieds. Come on, man. We have the Snake Eyes. And this is the regular release, the retail release version, but it's just all about almost perfect anyways. Just could have used some of the more modern style weapons and maybe, you know, some silver over the mask instead of all blacked out. I don't know. But either way, this thing is so fucking awesome. And yeah, it actually damn near it shadows these other ones here. I mean, in a way. But look at this perfection on this table here. Just look at this. We've gotten these all this year. It's insane how much goodness we've gotten. And if you saw my previous video before this, the other 10 that I had, well, 10 plus 4 more honorable mentions. I mean, that's 24 figures that I've shown, just kind of scattered all over the place from 2020. And I mean, fuck. These are enough to make some people super jealous. Like, oh my God, I wish to God I had those figures. And I have so many of them piled up and I just take it for granted. And it's just so hard to decide who wins, because they're all so great. And all of these figures could probably have been candidates for somebody's number 1 in their ranking. So this was just my own personal level. It was really tough to decide because I love them all so much. And there's other ones that probably even could have been slipped into this. But I mean, come on. Really, if I was to be honest, and I'm talking about I could have almost grabbed any figure from this year and brought them out, because that's just how good things are starting to get. There was just very little room for failure this year, or where anybody was like, well, I could just do without that. That's just crap, you know what I mean? There was very little of that happened this year. So much greatness. So, anyways, that's my video. Hit that like button if you guys like this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of my review. Let me know what you guys think of my ranking. Do you argue it? Would you have it any different? Or what's yours? Give me a list. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You'll catch all my latest videos. Once again, I'm Master Marvel, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.